The Pod Network Entertainment.
Have you ever felt like you were choosing yourself and you were choosing growth, but at the same time you were losing a lot of things in your life? Maybe you started on this journey of personal development. Maybe you started going into this rabbit hole of self help, and you start to feel like things are not going the way that you expected it to go. You suddenly feel like there's so many things that are coming into your life, but there are also so many things that are being removed from your life. Maybe these are people, maybe these are opportunities, maybe these are circumstances that you once enjoyed, that you can feel like they're they're things that bring you comfort and joy in your life, but it's just not exactly sticking in your life right now. If you feel that way, then I want to assure you that it's okay. Like it's fine, because that's what exactly happens when you choose growth. This is something that people don't talk about when they're talking about growth, when they're talking about choosing yourself, right? Because once you start to choose yourself more, let me say that again. When you start to choose yourself more, you'll start to choose other people less. When you start to choose yourself more, you'll start to choose other people less. And this is something that not a lot of people talk about when they say you love yourself more, choose growth, develop yourself. Because in the process of developing yourself, you get into this space where you are in alignment, okay, of your higher self. And in your higher self, not everyone is aligned with that. There's certain emotions, certain vibrations that you will operate on. A lot of people, they operate on the core emotions that is based on survival, meaning lust, greed, gluttony, like all of those things that you need. They're not bad, they're just lower frequencies that you need in order to survive. Now, once that is over, once you're not in the survival mode, when you start moving upward and aligning to your higher self, where you speak about gratitude, where you go into your creative space, where you put trust and faith and align yourself in those things, people won't align with you anymore. That's why they say you gotta align with the same wavelength and the same vibration. Okay? But that's what happens when you choose growth. When you choose growth, you get into the space where you are in a point where you're aligned with your higher self, and the people, circumstances, opportunities are just not aligned with it. Okay? And so if that happens, when things start to fall apart, it's the greatest sign that things are about to come together. But this time, what's going to come into your life are the things that are also going to align with your higher self, higher truth, and more importantly, the vision that you have for yourself. Because that's what happens when you choose growth. You lose people. You lose the people that are not aligned with you anymore. So when before, you just allow yourself to go into this very low vibrations, like vices, games, shallow stuff. When you always allow yourself to be in that space, once you choose goals and visions and your dreams and your aspirations and success and gratitude and abundance, when you align with those things, they're exactly not gonna follow you. And what's gonna happen is you can see there's this gap, right? And in this gap, the farther, the bigger the gap, the more tension there's going to be with the things, or the more resistance there's going to be with the things that are not aligned with you anymore. And so what you need to do is you either do something to push them up and get into your level, or you either go down to their level so that you can be aligned with them again. But when you choose growth, and when you open your eyes with growth, there's no chance of you going back to that. If you do so, then it's going to be a struggle for you. It's going to be a struggle for you. Like when you get enlightened, you can never unenlighten yourself. When you start to grow, you will be needing to connect with things that are aligned with your growth. And that's okay. Because even though it's scary to grow because you'll get into this new space. I remember moving here 2 years ago when I started to really choose myself and choose my higher self, choose my dreams and goals. I went here in Manila. I borrowed a car from my cousin and I stayed in a car a couple of days. I went from house to house and found friends that helped me get to where I am right now. But before that, it was really scary because I didn't have anyone. I didn't, the friends, the habits, the beliefs, the love and support that I got from the people from my past were not available anymore. I was in an uncertain space, but I needed to allow myself to just go and trust the process because I know that once I choose growth, those things are going to happen. And I need to let go of those things to make space for the better things or the things that are truly aligned with what I want to happen. And it's not that they're better, that you're better. It's not that you're better than them. It's just that if you start to look at your dreams, your goals, and visions, you will be needing space for the right people to come and enter your life and support you in your progress. So if you feel like you chose growth and you're losing a lot of things in your life, then let me assure you that you are exactly on the right path. It's crazy to think that it has been 2 years that I started betting on myself. And now I'm starting to reap the rewards. I went last month to Hong Kong. I went this month to Bali, looking forward for more travels this year. And everything is because of the work that I put in for the past 2 years. More than that, the choices that aligned with my highest self, the choices that I made in alignment to my growth, that allowed me to be here right now. And it's crazy how much you can grow in a year if you just focus on just getting better every single day, just 1% better, 1% better. Because if you total that for 365 days, that's 365% better than who you were last year. And that's a lot. And so don't ever underestimate yourself for what can happen in a year of growth. My banner word for 2021 was foundation. 2021 was relentless. 2022 was foundation. 2023 was growth, and 2024 here is abundance. Because I know that after a year of growth is painful, right? But it's not as painful as staying as where you currently are or where you don't belong. But after the growth, I promise you, there's abundance of opportunities, of miracles, of blessings that are waiting for you. And I sincerely pray that you continue to choose the path of growth. And because I know for a fact that you also deserve a lot of abundance. So this moment in your life that you feel like you're growing and you're losing a lot of people, stay on track. It's gonna make sense very, very soon. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, and let me know if you like these kinds of content so I can make more of these. And yeah, share it to the people that you care, that you love, and hopefully you get to enjoy these videos that I'm making. It's much more of a raw kind of video. But anyway, thank you so much for my coffee, for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to share some stuff that I can drink or eat while having this talk with you, I'd be more than happy to do that. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next video.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.